Today in this video, we'll be talking about the mechanism of fetch function. We'll be looking at how fetch actually works to fetch data from the server. So without any further ado, let's get into the tutorial. So I have this HTML template over here, and I'm using fetch function over here. If you look at it syntactically, there's nothing but just a fetch function and this first and second then, and that's it. And if you see here, there's a console log, right? So I want to open up a console tab, Control Shift J, shortcut for Windows. And if you see here, we are getting JSON as an object, right? Because I'm consoling JSON over here, right? But we want to see what this then is doing over here. So we look at it thoroughly, step by step, all right? First of all, we have to know what fetch function does. And then we'll get to know what then has to do, all right? Fetch is an asynchronous function. It's an asynchronous function. And what then does is, then we'll wait for this asynchronous function. Then we'll wait for this async function. That is why we have used then over here, because fetch is asynchronous in nature. And inside of the then, we are using this function, which accepts response as a parameter. And this response is basically a JSON stream. And don't confuse yourself with JSON stream and actual JSON because they are different. Response is a JSON stream and we are using JSON function. If you see here, we are using this JSON function to convert JSON stream to an actual JSON format. All right. So after that, we are again using the second then. Why is that used? Because what we are getting is again an asynchronous from the first then. The first then returns asynchronous operation. Alright, that is why we again have to wait that asynchronous operation. That's why we are using the second then. And at the end, we are getting this actual JSON. Alright, now before this, we also want to see about different HTTP errors and how to handle them. Alright, so for that, we have to come over here in the first then, and we have to break down this arrow function. If you're not familiar with the arrow function, make sure to watch tutorial on arrow function and come to this video again. Alright, so we are returning response to JSON, and before that we want to console.log response. Alright, response, our first response will be more meaningful. The first response is this, right? So if I save it and it'll automatically refresh this page, I'm on this code sandbox. So if you see here, the first response is an object again, right? And this object has a lot of key, including this body, status, OK, headers, and etc. And if you see here, the body is readable stream. As I said before, the response is actually not an actual JSON, but a stream. That's why we had to use response.json to convert it into a JSON, right? So now here is the place where we have to filter or where we have to put condition for errors. All right, for that we'll use try and catch block. Inside of the try, we'll do the operation if the network issue is not there, right? And if there's any network issues, that's going to go into this catch, and we want to console the error. All right, so here is where we have to filter or make condition for errors. Conditions for errors. If response dot okay, if it is not equal okay, sorry, if it is not equal true, because if you see here, okay is true. If everything is okay, if the network error is, if everything is okay, if there's not any HTTP errors, if the status is 200, then okay will be true. But if that is not the condition, there should be some error, right? And that is exactly where we want to inform our user that something is wrong, right? Now you might use alert, or you might use certain function to display some error to your user, right? But as of now, I'm just alerting something, some error occurred. Try again. And please would make this statement more pleasing, I guess. All right, and that's it, right? And that is it. Now if you see it, everything's working fine. We're getting this response, we're getting this JSON as data, right? You want to display it over here, or whatever you want to do with the data, you want to do it. But as of now, I'm just consoling it, right? Yeah, and that's it. And we will know more about fetch. We'll be talking about request option in the next tutorial. All right, but as of now, this is it. This is a basic fetch function, and this will help you to fetch data from the server and help you to make condition for errors, and inform the user if there's any HTTP error, and if there's any network error, you can do it over here, right? And that's it. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching it.